You and I were born in a Christian nation. Now, that's a controversial stance today, and many have tried to deny it, but the facts are indisputable.
Unfortunately, our children and grandchildren are growing up in a much different America. As the truth of history fades in the national memory, there are those who are working day and night to unmoor us from our Christian foundations.
People are fearful about what the future holds. Most recently, there was the big hit film, The Hunger Games, which shows a dystopian future, and that's had a lot of resonance for people.
One can't help but wonder, will our future be similar if our nation continues in the direction we are headed?
To come to America today is deeply distressing. It feels like you're coming to a police state, where you've lost a lot of freedoms, and I think Americans have lost more freedoms in the last couple of decades than most people in the world have ever had.
Are we morally better off than we were 50 years ago? We are not better off. We're going downhill.
Founding fathers put in the Constitution all these mechanisms to protect the tyrants from gaining control. There's such a secular humanist assault on our Christian heritage, trying to suggest that everything evil in the world comes from Christianity and that the only solution is to move towards secularism and atheism and humanism.
It's the Christian foundation of our country that brought us freedom, that brought us prosperity. To turn away from that would be, it would take what's already disastrous and make it infinitely worse.
Everything that is evil in this world comes from ignoring, denying, or disobeying the commands and example of Christ. Evangelical apathy when it comes to voting is quite disastrous. For example, I know that in South Africa's elections of 1994, over 650,000 Christians in South Africa refused to vote because they didn't like what was happening in the country at that time. And all that's happened is less Christian candidates got elected and more anti-Christian candidates got elected, and the country got more anti-Christian, and soon they legalized abortion, pornography, homosexuality, and before we knew it, we had everything from desecration of Sundays through to massive increase of crime. Since the Obama administration, we've seen a dramatic increase, a terrible increase of persecution of Christians worldwide, especially in the Middle East. And to a large extent, we can see this has been encouraged by US foreign policy. So I do pray that American voters seriously consider the foreign policy implications for Christians and for the persecuted church when they consider who to vote for.